Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Near Protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, taking a look at the daily chart, Near Protocol broke out of this falling wedge on the daily. It had a perfect back test of support over here. And since that back test, we bounced approximately 130%. We are on our way to retest the March 2024 local top at $9.03. And we're only really below 30%. Yeah, so around 12.5% away from that target. After we hopefully take that out very swiftly, we're going to be looking at $17.50 as our technical target. So that is going to be our technical target based on this fractal. We've got the Fibonacci set up from the bottom here in August, that wick there, and the top from March 2024. So once you take out this March high, you're looking at $17.50, and that's your short to mid-term target. Keep in mind, we're already sitting at almost $10 billion market cap. I think we're actually past $10 billion at this point. And from this point here at $8.08, that is going to be a 118% to the upside. So we'd be sitting at a $20 billion near protocol by the time we get to $17.50. And of course, as you go higher, the market cap increases. So make sure you have your exit strategy ready and set to go. Make sure you know when exactly are you going to be taking profits and exiting your positions. You do not want to be marrying your coins. You don't want to be getting sick with FOMO, and you don't want to be moving up your exits or your selling prices every time the price moves higher. You want to stick to your targets. You want to stick to your strategy. That way you have a lot more chances of being successful in this run, because 90 to 95% of people are going to fail in this cycle. They're going to lose their money, and the big boys and the smart people who are going to be exiting earlier are going to be selling off of everyone buying by the end of this cycle. That's just how it works. So we're in this uptrend here on the daily since the beginning of November, looking strong, a very healthy uptrend, and I'm not seeing any issues right now. I don't think we're going to be seeing a massive retracement anytime soon. Maybe once we hit $9, there could be somewhat of a retracement down. You might see a retest of like a 10% retracement maybe back test the 20 MA on the daily chart, but so far so good. If you're looking to buy this project at this point in time, I would suggest you look elsewhere. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. This is probably going to do a 5x at max from here, guys. So okay, maybe a 6x, right? 6-7x, but again, you don't want to be risking a big bag with something that's this high unless you're looking for something super safe. If you're looking for something super safe in the AI niche, Near Protocol is the way to go. Even if you buy in right now, even though it's not advisable, I'm not a financial advisor, but you're still going to make money. But you're not going to make as much money as some other people with some other altcoins. So it all depends on your financial plan. How much are you looking to make, and what's your risk tolerance? And the daily RSI is already in the overbought. Now, this doesn't mean immediately that you have to be selling, although if you have entered for a short to mid-term trade upon this retest and this breakout, you could, take out your initial investment perhaps. You could sell a little bit, maybe 10-15%, and see what happens then. The last time we were in the overbought was all the way back here. In that area, that was March 2024. But of course, that was not, this was our, obviously, wave 2, or sorry, wave 1. Then we had our wave 2. This is our wave 3. Wave 3 is supposedly going to be bigger than wave 1. So let's see how this plays out, and let's switch over to the weekly chart for more long-term targets. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, we are in our wave 3. We've got the Elliott wave count here. Wave 2 just concluded here in November with the elections. And we have a bit of a different fib here. So this one is set up. Let me just try to get this on point. So this one was set up from the bottom in September. We used the body of the candle. Actually, we should be using this October/November low. That was the low for wave 2. And we used the March 2024 top. This way we're getting $13 as our 1.618 target. More conservative because we're using the bodies of the candles rather than the wicks. This gives us, slightly less bullish targets. But again, if you're looking at this wave 3, we could potentially have a powerful breakout past this yellow resistance trend line. So if I remove the Elliott wave count and I zoom out and you take a look at this yellow trend line that we have from January 2022, we had another touch in April 2022, another touch in March 2024, another touch in May 2024, and now in November 2024, we're finally breaking past that and we're seeing a lot of volume, just like we want to. When you have a lot of volume, when you're breaking past a massive resistance level, you could be looking at a very significant pump to the upside. So $13 here would be my minimal target before the end of the year, in all honesty, because the year is looking very bullish with the current setup. If we switch over to the weekly RSI, it's looking not as overextended as it is on the daily, which is a good thing. It means we have more space to run, more room to grow. And once you start getting into the overbought around the index of 90, that's when you can start taking profits unless some of your targets have been met earlier. So let's say by the time we get to your index of 92 on the RSI, you would have already passed like $20, $30, and maybe you took some profits there. And then once you see the RSI getting to 90, you can start taking even more profits. So there's multiple indicators you can look at that would suggest you should start taking profits. And you have to be looking at all of them. I suggest you start tracking near whale wallets using Arkham Intelligence. You can set up alerts and see when the whales are selling. They're going to be a massive indicator. Another indicator for you guys, just some alpha here, is the Ethereum Foundation selling their Ethereum. That always aligns with a cycle top. So make sure to pay attention to that because that could give away when the top is actually close, and perhaps you want to exit out of all of your positions at that point in time. The stochastic here is also in the overbought, and the stochastic can stay in the overbought for an extended period of time. We've seen that back in November 2023 all the way up to January, so that was 2 months. And during a powerful alt season, this can do even longer. So in 2021, we can't really compare to the previous cycle because this did not go through a full cycle. This got launched in the middle of a bull market, and then we went into a bear market. So now NEAR is much more developed and much more well known. Therefore, it has more profit potential. And in my opinion, this will be one of the projects that breaks its all-time high because 90% of projects, or even 95%, don't go past their all-time high in the second cycle. That's very important to keep in mind because of dilution, or maybe the narrative that the project was in no longer has that hype behind it. There could be a multitude of reasons, but the fact remains they don't get back up to their all-time high. So NEAR protocol will be an exception in my opinion. At the current price, we're away approximately 147% away from the all-time high. I think that can be done very easily. On top of that, I do think $44 is going to be met in this bull market. This is an AI project, the top leading AI project in the niche. So I think NEAR protocol is bound for success in this cycle. And of course, make sure to set up your targets. I'm not saying to sell your entire bag at $44. You can start taking profits earlier. You don't have to wait until you get to 44. You can start taking profits along the way, dollar cost average out, just like we've been dollar cost averaging in throughout the bear market, guys. Our average buy-in on Patreon is $1.50. And I was telling you to buy near here back in October 2023. Right at that point, we were making videos throughout the bear and here, and I was telling you, below $1, this is a steal. And lo and behold, we're sitting at a 9x or 8x at the moment. So congratulations to all the near holders. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for your likes and comments. I want to thank all the patrons for joining. Very much appreciated, guys. Let's get through this cycle together, and then we can relax, have some coffee, have a good night's sleep after the cycle is over, because the amount of effort you and I put in has to lead us to a fruitful outcome. So I wish you all very fortunate bull market tops, and stay safe, and goodbye.